Rachel Onchain here from Onchain Media, coming to you live from Onchain Summit in San Francisco. I'm joined today by the Docker team, and we got Bill, late night on bass, in the house. And you guys, we are celebrating 1 year of Onchain Media. This is the 1 year anniversary of Onchain Media at Onchain Summit this year. So very exciting day. We're doing back-to-back interviews, and we're here to talk about Docker. So welcome, you guys. If we want to go around, maybe we could do some quick introductions.
Sure. Thanks for having us, Rachel. My name is Ibu. I'm one of the co-founders of Docker. We'll get into what Docker is in a second after the rest of the intros.
I'm Bearski. I'm another co-founder of Docker.
And I'm Bill. I'm a guy who just does live streams and cooks great
I'm a
content
guy.
with Rachel, co-founder of Onchain Media. Super stoked to be here.
Awesome. Yeah. So I guess maybe we can go around and just start with like what Docker is. If you're able to give like the TLDR, what you guys do, what problems you're solving, and what your focus is.
Okay, I can start. So we're basically a tokenized fund logging creators on Zora. So what we do is we take our money and we buy a bunch of creator coins, and that initiates a flywheel with our Docker token. And trading fees that we make from the Docker token go into logging more creators, and that initiates basically our entire ecosystem.
Yeah. In the Zora is, a new social media that kind of combines an element of meme coins with Instagram, basically. And what it does is every creator, every user can make their own coin, and then all their posts are also coins. So everything is a coin. And at first, I wasn't a huge fan. Like when it first changed to this model, because Zora used to be like NFT.
I remember the way it used to. It was different.
It used to
be
like you post and then people can kind of like collect and claim the NFTs. Then they switched to this whole like coin everything model. For a couple months, I wasn't really into it, but then he came up with this idea like there should be a fund that invests solely in the creators. And pretty quickly, I totally agreed with the concept. And yeah, we'll get into why, we think that creator coins are a cool idea. But what we do is we invest in creators and try to help them grow on the platform.
I love that.
Yeah, and I think this interview is really interesting to me because I really love the idea of what Docker's doing, because I see the creator coin meta kind of shaping how the next few years are going to be. It's going to be a main focus. And the reason why is because for the first time, you're truly able to bet on the journey of the creator in a way that it's never really been done before. And so Zora specifically is focusing on creators on that app. And I equate it to like, if you can find and discover a new emerging artist and have access and ability to follow their journey, but also have incentive, through speculation, through whatever, this is your opportunity. And I think Docker is betting on the success of these creators as time continues.
Totally. And you guys, by the way, in a very short amount of time have generated a ton of buzz. I mean, Ibu, you've been a part of the bass community. A lot of people know you. Bearski, I'm just getting connected with you. But like the last like month or so, I've just seen a bunch of people like lose their mind over Docker, like including Bill, by the way. I've seen Bill just like go crazy over this.
I saw Docker in the timeline. I was like, I got to get these guys on. I was like, yo, Ibu, let's go. Actually, Bearski, I was like hitting you up and I was just like, yo, we got to cook, because I know like people, I know who's getting the attention, and I know a good idea when I see it. And I was like, yo, this is it, and got him on, and the rest is history.
We buy your coin early too.
And that also helped too, that they're supporting their boy Build a Bull.
Yes.
LFG.
we sized in. So I've been working in crypto for about 5 years now. I'm also the CMO of a company called Folks Finance, and that's a DeFi.
Shout out to folks.
That's a DeFi company, lending protocol live on Base and other chains. But in my time working at Folks for the past 3 years and a couple other companies before, I just, and I also got into crypto as a content creator. Like my first foray into crypto was in 2020 or 2021. I started in crypto in 2020, but then a year later, I made a page called Algo HQ, which was like basically almost the Onchain Media, but for the Algorand ecosystem, like way before.
You're a serious creator, man. I watch your videos. I watch your content. You are just operating at a very high capacity with your creation skills. I just gotta say, just gotta give you your flowers.
Thank you so much for the shout out. I mean, you guys are so much more professional than this setup is way better. But anyway, point being, like, I've experienced life as a creator in crypto. I've experienced life as a builder and part of a more serious quote unquote team, really trying to be like a serious DeFi project, excuse me. And I've interacted and had to do a lot of, wheeling and dealing with KOLs over the years. KOL, for anyone, they probably already know what it means, but key opinion leader, it's like an influencer, crypto influencer. And I think the model just broke over the past year and a half.
The sentiment's totally shifted around working with KOLs.
Yeah. Because a lot of the creators who were big in like that first cycle that I was joining, and he was there too, but he wasn't like, he was trading, they got big because of trading alts or NFTs last time. There's a lot of people on Twitter that have like 100, 200K followers. And they got it in like 3 months in 2021 by just kind of talking about Bored Apes and other NFT launches. And it was just so popular at the time that they accumulated so many followers that gave them this ability to then projects come to them saying, can you talk about my project? Can you talk about Uniswap? Can you talk about folks? Can you talk about this and that? And they'll be like, okay, here's a huge big menu with like huge, super crazy prices. And then you're like, wait, but your metrics are not matching that. I don't know your audience's target. So that's why when they came out with this creator coin concept, at first I didn't get it, but then I started to think I would rather content creators in crypto be ranked on a live metric like a market cap rather than a cumulative metric like followers, because you can accumulate followers and they're unlikely to ever unfollow you, most of them. But they could be completely disengaged with what you're doing.
Or, in some cases, they might not even be real human beings.
Right.
It could be botted.
Exactly.
So this is a way to truly show like intrinsic value that person is creating in the on-chain space. So I totally agree with that.
Exactly. So then it's like Zora's trying that. Pump Fun is trying that with their streaming. Retake is trying that with streaming. There's a couple other platforms.
Shout out to Retake. We love Retake.
Yeah. There's good platforms, but I'll pass it to him in a second. Like, the Zora play made sense. We've been part of base ecosystem since a while ago. Been trading, observing, doing stuff, all around it. And it just seemed like a good opportunity. As Zora is growing, we felt like there were so many reasons why Zora creators, a lot of them would need a boost. I'm not going to ramble too long for right now, but maybe you could kind of tell them about what you identified in Zora like early on.
Yeah, I mean, I was in Zora from like the Piccolos, so I was always like biased towards I thought it was gonna be really big, and as Zora kept going up, I kept getting validated on that, and it got to a point where I was like, okay, it's time to actually bet on the ecosystem, and the way the Zora creator coins are designed, it's just the best way in crypto ever, I think, to bet on IP. Someone's really
I definitely want to touch more on that. I'm a big IP nerd.
I mean,
nerd.
You put out content, you put out your own media, and you buy that directly. I don't think that's ever really existed in crypto up until Zora. So, and we're basically just betting on who we think is the most valuable.
With that being said, so you're betting, what you guys do is you back and support, identify the creators that you think are going to propel the Zora ecosystem. So let me ask you guys this. What sort of criteria before, acquiring a position in a Zora creator, what sort of criteria are you looking for when it comes to making that investment in a creator?
I mean, we look at, first of all, I think if we're doing artists, then it is discretionary, so we look at their brand. Is it something that translates into Zora? Is it something that can translate into value? And then obviously just the amount of volume that they put out on Zora too. They have to be building their page or else we won't invest.
There's no scientific formula, or there's not necessarily a checklist they need to have this, that, and that to invest. It's very it's one thing that I think makes investing in Zora creators really fun is that it's a combination of taste and metrics, and it's a combination of like the art and the person behind the page
and the culture.
And the
culture is
culture
really awesome on
but
Zora.
also, so it's like we can sometimes see someone on Zora that has really great art and a really small market cap, and we're like,
what is going on here?
Like, can totally see this becoming more valuable. Then if we check, maybe they have a Twitter profile or an Instagram or a TikTok that has way more attention and way more followers. So it's like you make a logical kind of guess that if that creator is able to translate some audience over into Zora, even a fraction of them, they can definitely, like, that coin can grow. However, like, part of what we are trying to do at Docker as well is that the creators that we invest in, we see potential in. A lot of them may not be crypto native. They may not know how to bring users or followers over from Instagram to Zora, and how to tastefully onboard them, or how to manage the crypto aspects of the platform, how to really get the most juice from the squeeze on their own coin and their own posts without being extractive, but just helping them make more money.
Right.
We can help them with that because we are crypto native, but we also both come from art backgrounds as well.
Oh, cool.
So we kind of get
awesome. Same
both
here.
sides of it.
Fine arts major right here.
Yeah. I've studied singing, so
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. What's your background?
I did piano.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
We'll have to jam one day on
I feel
that.
left out. I don't have any artist
You're
skills.
creating live streams.
I
You're
am creating
content.
with my interviews. Yes.
There you
Good
go.
job.
I am curious, Bill, by the way, how you discovered Docker, because Bill really put me on. Like, we were in the Let's Touch Base community, and then like overnight, I just see all this stuff about Docker. Bill's going crazy. So like, how did you find Docker?
The
Bill?
trenches never sleep, Rachel. The trenches never sleep. So I'm part of different, communities and groups, and like a lot of people focus on lower cap projects, because you got to understand in crypto, a lot of people back lower cap market cap projects because that's a way for them to also make money and whatever. And so quickly, Docker was going on my groups, and people were talking about it. And I saw around like 400K market cap. And what everyone ever normally does is they go onto X once they see a ticker, and they type in the ticker symbol. And I started seeing Ibu just like making these, and I was like, all right, this guy's legit. And and then there's Bearski's post, but like Ibu was like really talking about it. But to me, it was like, it made sense because I understood the meta. And Zora, one of the things I like Zora, and I want your comment on this one. One of the things I like about Zora is that they pair the creator coin with Zora. So you have a bond.
I wanted to ask about that.
They have a bond between Zora. So every creator coin is paired with Zora. So theoretically, as the price of Zora goes up, the creator coin can go up as well.
Yeah.
Ibi, what do you make of that model that they did?
I think it's a clever model. Like, and also there's another aspect to it where the posts of a creator are paired with their creator coin. So it's almost like it's like a reverse funnel. Like, the posts, the trading feeds into the market cap of the creator, and then the creator feeds into the market cap of Zora, but then the Zora market cap also lifts everything together.
Right.
So I think it's a clever model. Although I understand for people who are new to crypto and are still new to things being coins, it can feel overwhelming at first, but if you get used to it, it does make a lot of sense. It's actually not that hard to adopt once you get used to it. But I think that getting used to it part will be hopefully where Docker can have the most impact.
Bearski, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the model of Zora pairing.
I wanted to say, I actually think it's stronger the other way around.
Okay.
I think creator coins, volume coming directly to creator coins, probably benefits Zora a lot more.
Interesting.
Like if some big new launch comes on, new money is going to flow right into the ecosystem, and that directly benefits Zora. So I think that model can work a lot better, and that's probably why Zora is so happy when people come onto their, when people make a creator coin.
Because they have to buy Zora to buy the coin most of the time. So you have to invest in Zora, and then you invest in the creator coin, and then either way, it's still in that ecosystem, still in that like flywheel of their tokens flywheel.
It's very similar to like the virtuals ecosystem.
It
Remember
is.
that one? How virtuals, in order to get into that ecosystem and the projects, you had to buy virtuals to then buy the creator coin. So they always follow that same model.
Right.
Yeah, same thing.
Right. Yep.
I'm curious, like, okay, with starting Docker, well, first I want to ask, how long has Docker been around? Like, when did you guys make the decision to start this?
Like a month.
Wait, a month ago?
It was just 3 weeks.
Yeah,
3 weeks ago?
3 or 4 weeks. Yeah.
like from today. That's crazy. And you guys have been able to generate so much buzz. And that's like, I have heard of Docker a lot coming up in the community. What magic formula do you guys have that like got people excited about this, you think?
I think our team of 3 is really, really well-rounded. Like, he's really good at like, so, okay, I'll speak for myself, like with the experience in crypto, being a marketer, content creator, that's a great value add to the project. I've already been able to build up some following on Twitter. That was like really helpful initially. I'm comfortable to make videos, talk about it, put my face on it. I think for projects like this, putting a face on it, someone public that's like, it's not fully anonymous. It's like, okay, here's a guy that has a career that he's not gonna do anything shady because he has a whole like reputation that he's not
You're literally showing your identity, showing up as yourself.
Exactly.
So I respect that.
Exactly. And I also don't do things like, I'm not a serial coin deployer or like, I don't do like, let me drop NFTs here. Let me drop coins there. Let me do this. Like, this is something that felt more special. So I was like, yeah, I'm really going to go in on this.
It's very intentional. Like, you move intentionally. You work on things that will make the greatest impact. And I've noticed that with you. I mean, even with your tenure at Folks, like, you've done a lot of really great work there. So the fact you're taking the plunge and doing Docker, I think it's really cool. And I'm curious, like, what initially inspired you, Bearski?
Well, basically, I just wanted to ape a bunch of creator coins. And I had this thought. I was like, well, there are a lot of people out there who also want to ape creator coins probably. So what if I make some way for those people to be able to ape more, to be able to long the creators that I want to long? And I think there was just a real need for that. I think there were a lot of people who wanted to buy Zora coins, and Docker was basically the first like real way that they could have done that. So I think there was just a real like demand for it.
From my perspective, I think a big part of Docker's success initially, since it's only been out for so long, is just the simplicity of the idea. Because sometimes in crypto, people come up with like ideas
overly
that are
complex,
very complex, hard to understand. You just don't understand the need. But the Docker model is very simple, and it's straightforward, but also the perfect time. The timing is everything. I think if Docker, this is just my personal opinion, if Docker launched while Zora was down at like 15 million market cap or whatever, it wouldn't have the buzz. But
hell no, yeah.
And the base app just launched. It's like everyone's looking at the base app, Zora. You came at a time where it's like, the attention economy is there.
Zora was going up to like 200 million, like from a 15 million or around there to about 150, 200 million. Like everyone on the timeline was talking about Zora. So Docker was at literally, in my opinion, the perfect time to do something like this, which everyone can understand because everyone wants to have access. So I believe it was the perfect time at the right place. And kudos to you guys for understanding where the market was.
Yeah.
And it was, we recognized that, like, so, when I made my first handful of posts about Docker, I just was, here's Docker, here's the ticker. It was like 100K market cap or something. And like, we've known each other for many years, like, from real life as well. So
how long have you guys been in the space? How long have you known each other?
Probably like 5 years.
5 years. And you've both been in the space like about that long?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. IRL friends, like, too, as well as the third co-founder. And once we realized, like, the reception was really great initially. And that's when I started to, like, right away after those first handful of posts that I made and started to get attention, because there was attention on Zora, because there was attention on creator coins. But investing in finding the right creators is hard. Most people don't have time. They don't have don't have the interest, the skill set, the whatever to try to like go deep. But we were interested in doing that, I guess, as a proxy for people. I don't know. We just noticed that, it is the right time. So we started to go so hard, like accelerate everything we were doing. We were just trying to do it at like as fast as possible because we were like, it's the time and we got to make sure we can scale as much as possible, like as soon as we can.
Yeah. And the timing, I think that's very important. And a lot of projects underestimate this. I think like you can't like kind of twiddle your thumbs and perfect something. Cause like then you miss out on the inertia and the momentum of the current like zeitgeist of the community, right?
Yeah.
You saw an opportunity and you guys didn't sleep on that. And I think that's very important. Timing's everything with this stuff. And waiting around, overly perfecting something, that's how you miss the opportunity.
The main point of Docker, which is Docker token giving exposure to the best of Zora's creators, helping them grow, and then allowing people who are holding Docker to experience some of that as well. That's the main point. We had, a jank website. We had the branding was, just whatever, like thrown together in 2 seconds. And I focus on design. Like I love that
you're
stuff.
A marketing
but
guy,
at the same time, it was like whatever. Like let's just keep doing the point of it, which is investing in the creators, making announcements, collaborating with the creators as we go, partnering with them, getting connections with them, like starting to build relationships with them. Now we've had a little bit of extra breathing room to improve those things. But yeah, it was just purely about function.
I think that's the right move, especially in the crypto space. Things move super fast. I think had you have just had this idea, but you wanted to get the website perfect and the branding, you lose the inertia, as you're saying.
We did this with Onchain Media too.
And so what's most important is getting the word out there when the market's hot, because you can always, degens, especially in a lower cap, are not going to buy your project because you have a fancy website. That's literally not the case.
Because of the idea,
and the inertia, they get in. Now, once the inertia is there, then you can refine it, because then you can go for the next wave.
You have an audience.
Yeah, you have the audience. Then you can go with the branding. So the move is right. I wanted to ask you guys this question because this is interesting to me. So right now you're focusing on creator coins on Zora. Does Docker have any plans to invest in creator coins on different platforms, such as a retake, or are you only going to do Zora content?
That's a good question.
We're probably only going to do Zora content, at least in the foreseeable future. We don't have any plans to expand because, we're really trying to grow the Zora ecosystem specifically. And I also wanted to touch back on one thing you said earlier.
Sure.
The beautiful thing I think about the community accepting Docker is the more that happens and the more we grow, the more we become entrenched kind of as the index fund, as the vehicle to invest in the best Zora coins. I think
I respect that. And I think actually that's a good idea that you're focusing just on the Zora ecosystem, which makes you guys you want to be the most relevant. So when people think of Zora, but they don't know where to go, I think your index fund is only Zora. And I personally think that's the best move for you guys.
Yeah.
That means you're capturing more of the mind share of the community that's on Zora, and Base is heavily focused on Zora these days.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good move since you guys are so active in the Base community.
Yeah, honestly, Zora is maybe one of the best tokens on Base that gets you kind of like it's somewhat beta exposure to ETH on a lever, like a bit leveraged up. Plus, Base obviously has no native token. So Zora is one of the biggest tokens on the chain, maybe the biggest. I don't know if it's the biggest, but it's one of the biggest. So it gives you great exposure. And yeah, we want to build up in Zora. And we see so much growth potential for Zora creators. I think there's only maybe 10 people with a creator coin market cap of $1 million. And then
if you want to do circulating market cap, then it's only 5, I think.
It's very seldom, that you see people in the multi-millions or million plus.
Right. But what I genuinely think, I think Bearski would agree that Zora can keep growing and it can definitely be top 100 have $1 million market caps, or the top 10 have tens of millions. So it's there's so much growth potential that there's almost no reason for us to look elsewhere at the moment, because we can continue scaling in Zora so much from this point.
Yeah, man, the incentive alignment is so exciting for Zora. It's we've been posting for years on all these social media platforms that don't give us anything, and now there's an opportunity right in front of us to actually be incentivized for our creations. But for our posts.
It's gonna take the creators as well. It's not just gonna be Zora. You can get paid from your content on Zora, and so whatever. No, creators. There will be good competition and good fun in the competition between creators on it that are really just whatever, let me throw something up here and there, or they're actually trying to grow, and they're cross posting stuff from Zora to their X and their Instagram, and they're trying to bring in their followers, and they will need that education, because if a follower from Instagram comes in, they make a Zora account, they don't know what to do. That creator might need to help them. Okay, here's how you onboard a little bit of money. or maybe get your friend to send you some money that already was on Zora, or stuff like that. Docker can help those creators with that. It's just gonna be it takes a village type of thing. It's not gonna be just, okay, come on Zora and you're gonna make $500 on the first day. it will take effort, but the people who do try hard, I think they'll see huge results.
I think it's opportunity. Personally, from my point of view, I think that the creators on Zora, it's early days. So what I like about Docker, and I want to know your guys' thoughts on this. So what I like about Docker, it's super early, right? You guys are now the ground floor of everybody. I personally think, say like, and again, at day one, Rachel, Gary Vee was speaking about how this is the new economy where the Web 2 model of making platforms money is no longer the case. But there's a moment now where the next Mr. Beast can be found, the next whoever, and on Zora base is going all in. So let me ask you guys this. What do you think it will take for Zora to go mainstream? Do you think it will be a big personality in the real world to come in? Do you think it will be a base native person that just blows up? What do you think will get Zora to where Mindshare is now household name?
Honestly, I think it's probably a natural progression. I think once the average person who's on social media realizes, oh, I can just post on Zora and I make way more, or this model works much better for me. When that moment happens, like I can't say for sure, but obviously I think Coinbase Base trying to bring people onto Zora is the biggest catalyst in terms of that. Yeah, I don't know like the exact moment, but I think it's going to happen over time. Yeah.
This idea of everything, of like, you know, meme coins and everything being coined is actually super new. Like I would really say when Trump launched his coin, that was when it became like,
okay, it's the floodgates are open.
Right. It's like, okay, it's okay to, I said okay a bunch of times. Trump basically validated that launching a coin is okay. And that was just this year, 7-8 months ago. So still literally the first year of this concept being a thing. Yeah. Most people in society won't be super comfortable with things being coins. And a lot of artists as well, they're not necessary. A lot of artists have this kind of thing where they don't really like being financial about their art. Yeah. They think it's a little corny, capitalistic. They want to be more like, I don't know,
creators.
Docker can act as a bridge, almost as like if Docker endorses a creator's coin, it's like a validation of that creator's coin. And they can say, they're not saying to their followers, buy my coin. They're saying Docker bought my coin. Someone invested in my coin, like a fund, you know? And even though at this point, it's relatively still not the biggest scale, but if we can scale it up, then it can actually be, okay, Docker is managing millions of dollars of Zora creators. And it's like, okay, that's really, really cool. And there's like resources for those creators. So I just think it's going to take time. As Bearski said, it will be great if some like YouTubers, Instagram people, TikTokers, podcasters, a lot of them are actually familiar with crypto. If they join Zora, they might be ready to go and have fans that can get on board right away. But also some people who are native to crypto will have a meteoric rise as well because they're early and they're just also riding that wave. So it's kind of like from both angles, it can fill in the gaps. And as long as Base keeps helping Zora keeps pushing and trying to build products. Docker keeps, investing and being consistent, helping the creators keep making content and posting on the platform. And I also, one more thing, I made a video about this the other day, but the more utilities that creators can slap onto their coins easily, that will mean more people want to hold them. Mm-hmm. So if you're a musician and if you're a musician and the top holders of your coin can get free tickets to your show, like if you're Taylor Swift, you make a Zora page. First of all, your coin's going to be massive, but also
let's get her on. You guys get her onboarded.
Top 1,000 holders get like tickets to her tour in their city. There's literally infinite possibilities for this.
And then people will feel more engaged to show up and use it.
I wanted to chime in to something that Ibu was saying that I absolutely agree with. So the Trump coin in February or whatever kind of opened up the fact that a meme coin or a creator coin or just a coin in general is okay. Like there was a lot prior to that. There was like regulatory concerns. People had a stigma, right? So having the president decide, it's meme coins out there, I believe is now going to start making people more comfortable with the idea of a creator coin or a coin in general, because there's that less of that legal fact. So there was a taboo with like, oh, I have a coin. Maybe it's a security, not that's now done, right? So now as time's progressing, people are going to become more comfortable having a token attached to their brand. Right. So the flywheel is this. And I think Zora is going to take off very well, because if I'm a brand and I'm an artist and I get this coin up, there's a coin attached to my name, and now market share is going up. Now I have new Web3 fans who are going to become my brand evangelists, right? So if I'm a business and I'm seeing this creator doing very well, I want to now get onto her and tap into her network, because I know everyone who owns her token or his token, they're going to now know about my brand or my business. And because they want to, these evangelists want to see my creator win. So it's a flywheel. The higher
It's a symbiotic relationship.
It's a symbiotic
Everyone grows.
relationship. So the higher the token price goes, you're going to have more companies come in. It's the same thing with streaming tokens. But on Zora, it's the same thing. The higher the token price goes, the businesses are going to want to put in money on her. Then the coin holders, people who own Docker, people who own the actual coin, are going to be like, yes, we want to support you. And then it's a flywheel. And the higher it goes, everyone wins, symbiotic. And I think it'll take time, but it'll catch on.
Yeah.
Well, I want to take a moment for some hot takes. I know, Ibu, you probably got some on, like, what are considerations and pitfalls that people might experience when, creating a creator coin? What are things you'd say to look out for, to not do?
So one of my hot takes,
let's hear it.
Bearski disagrees, is that I think Trump's coin is a creator coin, and Yeezy coin that just launched is also a creator coin, but just done in the wrong ways because they didn't fair launch. They didn't do a vesting schedule. They didn't do something that aligns long-term with their fans or brings those two guys obviously have global followers
Audience,
and supporters and two of the biggest celebrities in their respective fields, but they did a max extract play, bundled launch, and they're just, it goes terribly. Honestly, if they had launched on a Zora, fair launched from a 5K market cap or whatever, their coins probably would have been ripping hundreds of millions, and they would have had a fair 50% of it's in the LP, 50% gets vested to them over time. Everyone's kind of happy. Everyone's okay with that. But Trump still did a dinner with like top 200 holders of his coin. That is a utility, technically. He's saying, if you hold my coin, you come to the dinner. So it's very basic and maybe not executed. Maybe they don't even know that that's kind of a creator coin play, but I do consider it somewhat of like a watershed moment, not done in the best way, but can open the door for others to take lessons from that and do it better.
Okay. All right. Do you have any hot takes?
I mean, I don't entirely disagree with it. I just think Zora creator coins are a totally different thing than Kanye just max extracting a token. Hot takes.
Like if Kanye...
Gotta get Kanye on Zora.
If Kanye...
Come on, easy.
Yeah,
if he had done it in a fairer way, better launch pad, more transparent, launched it from zero, not hundreds of millions to start, and then said, this stuff's going to be tied into my concerts, my events, my merch, my this and that, whatever, then people will be actually trying to buy it and interact with him. So it's just the manner of which, I think, to answer your question, Bill, and Rachel, the manner of which the creator, especially if they're a big one already, and then they launch their own coin, the manner of which they handle it and how respectfully they treat it. And it's whether they treat it as screw it, it's a throwaway money-making thing for me, I don't care, or they actually take the time to learn about crypto and then get more interested. That's the biggest difference. And I would, if you're a fan of a celebrity or someone, I would, just take note of that, how they treat the creator coin thing.
I disagree, though, because I think the fundamentals are different. Because I think Kanye and Trump, they didn't even launch their own coin. They just tried to...
team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they just had a team. They just wanted to take money out of people's pockets.
It's like Hawk Tua,
they're not trying to,
Girl,
they're not trying to build anything versus Zora creator coins, where the creator is actually trying to bring value to their own brand.
Yeah.
So I think that's just a big fundamental difference. I don't think it's
And that goes back to what I was saying about having plug and play tools, no code, just tap a button and your coin can be used for something that's relevant to you, your fans, your career.
All right, I'm taking notes here, Bill. I think we gotta bake in a little more utility with Onchain Media, late night on base for sure.
I mean that it is the case. Whether it's media tokens, Zora tokens, the utility that you can bake in is what is going to separate a launch creator token versus just a random person putting out a meme coin that's just max extract. There's a lot you can do with it, and I think, like I said, I'm very bullish on the Zora ecosystem, and I'm very bullish on creators who are going to eventually realize that this token economy will increase their brand awareness to people all around the world, which is going to be creating that flywheel. And once people figure that out, Zora coins are going to explode, and Docker, in my opinion, is going to explode right with it.
100%. Okay. Well, you guys, just to put a bow on all this, can you guys share where folks can find you, get connected with Docker? Where can they get started? Sorry, I was like 3 different questions. So you can
Okay, they could go to @DockerXBT on Twitter. They could go to dockerxbt.com to learn more. You can follow me. Just look up Bearski on Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, our Zora page, of course, is Docker's XBT with the Z. It's top 5 currently on Zora. So if you can find it there, or you can follow us. I'm Ibu Prod on Twitter, IBUPROD. Find me. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. And yeah,
And
we are
Docker intern.
at Onchain Media Co. I'm at Rachel Onchain. And Bill, where can folks find you?
You can find me at Late Night on Base.
Awesome. Well, you guys, thank you so much for being here. We got another interview coming up. So yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.